Welcome to SuperDude. We're watching the Formula 1 Italian Monza Grand Prix, where Max Verstappen once again out-qualified the McLarens, which should be impossible by now. But they did bring some upgrades to the car. I wouldn't, like, Max doesn't sound like he believes the upgrades that much. But he did say that his car was set up in a very specific way that suited this specific track. And this is going to help him hopefully be a little bit more, let's say, more capable, perhaps? Would he be more capable? I don't know. The problem with Formula 1, the problem with what we're seeing in Formula 1 these days are that racing is no longer racing. It is, if you have the fastest car, you automatically have to win. And I can tell you now, it's propagated by the British media. Look here. Do I hate the British? Of course not. But the problem is, what's happening is that the British are forcing, they're so desperate for a British driver to win, that what they are willing to do is they're willing to destroy the spectacle and the action of Formula 1. All because they want a British F1 driver to win. They don't care. They don't care about the sport. They don't care about anything other than their own selfish interest, which is they want a British driver to win. I will speak on behalf of the whole world. We are very happy we can speak and understand English. Look, I don't have a problem speaking English. People in Australia don't have a problem speaking English. People in America don't have a problem speaking English. People in civilized world, like even Singapore and Asia, they don't really care speaking English because it gives them an extra benefit to their life to comprehend and understand a civilized language. But ultimately, British does not hold the monopoly on civilization. Netherlands does not hold the monopoly on civilization. Europe as a whole does not hold the monopoly on civilization, because guess what? Civilization has spread all over the world. America is a prime example of civilization going outside of Europe and becoming far more superior than even Europe itself. You know, basically Europe is falling into obscurity, and I won't be surprised in the next couple of decades Europe might no longer be a place that white people would actually want to, you know, consider themselves being, you know, related to, having relatives related to Europe, because of the fact that what's happening in Europe and their degradation. Now, with all of that said, there's a massive tangent. I went on a massive tangent, and all I want to say is that we're here to watch Formula 1. If Formula 1 does not have action, if Formula 1 does not have daring passes, if Formula 1 does not have some sense of semblance of danger and risk-taking, then I'm sorry, bro. You have lost me. You might as well cause the imminent demise of racing and Formula 1 as a whole, because at some point, if a race car driver can no longer race, I'm not saying they should be like, look here, give a driver penalty points, give a driver like but there should be some leniency that should, if a guy can pass someone taking a massive risk the way that Max does. I'm telling you, Max Verstappen, like, I don't want to sound like a Max Verstappen fan, but ever since 2021, when I changed my allegiance from Lewis Hamilton to Max Verstappen, I realized one thing. And that is that Max Verstappen is the only driver that can do things that most drivers, even the most skilled drivers right now in Formula 1, can't do. And that is drive any car, drive the wheels off of any car. Lewis Hamilton has proven that if he doesn't have a car that is fast enough, he isn't even, he doesn't have skill. He doesn't have raw skill to overcome the lack of car performance. He cannot make his skill talk more than the car. The lack of car performance. He cannot do it. He's just incapable of doing that. And it's pretty sad, man. Lewis Hamilton has been exposed, and I do understand people want to defend him, and I do agree. Lewis Hamilton will still be a world champion. He's a 7-time world champion, but he did not deserve the 8th championship. Not because, just all because his car all of a sudden was faster than everybody else. He took angel penalties left and right just so they could, you know, turn up that engine to the max, so they could give a maximum maximum benefits, and guess what? Max still made it impossible for him to win that championship. And this is why I immediately went to Max. I do understand the hate towards Max, even though I know it's stupid. But I do agree. Max should receive hate only because it makes him stronger, it makes him better, it makes him more of a champion than Lewis Hamilton will ever be. Because Lewis Hamilton has not faced the amount of hate, the amount of backlash, the amount of just raw, misinterpreted, misunderstanding the talent which is Max Verstappen. And for that reason alone, people should start losing respect for Lewis Hamilton, because Lewis Hamilton has propagated this, he has been benefiting from this, and he has kept quiet while everybody has, you know, his fan base has done this, and he has ultimately pushed them into that direction. He benefits from it in some capacity. Inside of Lewis Hamilton's brain, he thinks he's benefiting, but all he's doing is losing respect. Slowly but surely, generational respect will be lost for him, because people will remember the day that Max Verstappen stood against him and beat him. And he's just doing it. Look, he's just doing himself a disfavor. Lewis Hamilton should be the best, but he chose to be a person that crashed Max Verstappen out in Silverstone, all because he wanted to win at Silverstone, and never took any responsibility, never took any accountability, nor did the British public ever let him take accountability for what he done. And for that, I lost respect. I just lost respect. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious the British are doing whatever they can to protect the British drivers, when guess what? Britain is no longer Britain, bro. Like, bro, it's literally a third world country. I'm very happy that you have got some type of, you have some false sense of grandeur of what you were, but guess what? Is no longer the same. It's no longer that which it was, and you have to come to that reality, and we have to build up. We have to move on. We have to move on. We have to see greatness for what it is, and Max Verstappen is the best driver. It's just a fact. Even Lewis Hamilton cannot do anything to Max. In fact, Lewis Hamilton, every single time Max would go hard racing against him, Lewis Hamilton would say, please don't. Please, just pass me, please. He will open the door for Max because he's scared. He's not a die-hard racing fan, and this is what I like about Jacques Villeneuve. Jacques Villeneuve said, Nico Rosberg cannot be taken seriously. If the first championship he wins, he has no passion to defend and go racing to defend that championship. He shouldn't be taken seriously, and I agree with Jacques Villeneuve that Nico Rosberg is the worst championship example of what you can have, and I do feel sorry, because I do believe he's a very intelligent guy. I saw him in person. I walked around in Bahrain. Okay, dude, we are going racing, and I need to stop yabbering. Okay, so we're about to go racing here. Monza Grand Prix, about to line up. We're about to go racing. Let's go, 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 go. Racing is about to happen. Racing is about to start. I do apologize for going on a rant, but I just felt like I had to, because this British bias nonsense, especially this year, the fact that they went after Bin Salayem because they wanted the FIA to be on their side, so the British can take advantage and take okay, let me stop. We're about to go racing. 1, 2, 3, and go, 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 go. Good start from Max. Good start from Max. But Oscar is, he puts. Oh man. Oh, Max is gonna get a penalty. How did... Oh, you see, now the problem is that Lando Norris was pushed off the track, so now they can claim that he pushed Lando Norris off, which I guess he did. Dude, Max is trying to block, bro. Max is blocking those McLarens. I think he's blocking Piastri right now. Lando Norris's car goes round the outside of Leclerc, because remember, he was pushed off the track a little bit. I don't know how, like... Norris on the radio. Cut the corner, so he's calling Max an idiot. Dude, those McLarens are so fast, bro. Those McLarens were so fast. Lando Norris was pushed off the grass and he still went on the outside of Leclerc. He still passed Leclerc on the outside at the next few corners, bro. Oh, Verstappen. Dude, Max is doing whatever he can and he cannot do anything, huh? Dude. Charles Leclerc is just past Piastri. Oh, Norris. What? Norris is still... How is Norris... How did Norris still keep that position? I was convinced it wasn't. But yep. Dude, those McLarens are so much better. Okay, bro, this is gonna be a boring race. Look, I don't want to be that guy, but dude... No further investigation because Max Verstappen gave that position back. Dude, if Max didn't give that position back, he would have been added a penalty, I'm pretty sure. So I do agree the team made the right call. So Lando Norris went off the track, still held on to second place, I mean. Dude, how is that McLaren that much better that it can go off track, still hold the position? So it was Piastri that passed Leclerc. Piastri passed Leclerc on the outside. Dude, I think Max is actually gaining on Lando Norris actually. Fastest lap 1 minute 23 from 1 minute 23 point what? Okay, dude, there's no data, bro. There's no data on my screen, so I can't actually look at the data on screen and see what's happening. I can't see it. Half a second. Verstappen is half a second. So if he gets DRS, he might actually challenge Lando. Oh, but Lando's trying to pull away from Max. Lando's trying to pull away from Max. Oh, Red Bull is trying, like, that Max is actually keeping Lando Norris honest, as the British would say, or should I say as the Americans would say. Dude, Verstappen is keeping Lando Norris honest, bro. He's keeping him, he's staying with him. He's actually benefiting being behind Norris, I think. I think letting Lando Norris pass him was actually a benefit because now he's got... Oh, now he's got DRS. He's got DRS. Oh, man. Dude, Max took first place. Max took first. Oh, but now remember, now Lando's going to get the DRS. Lando's going to get the DRS. Lando's gonna get the DRS. So fastest lap 1 minute 23.5 is Max Verstappen's fastest lap. Can Max actually pull away from Lando? Dude, this is interesting, bro. Piastri's having an issue with Leclerc. Piastri's got some issues with Leclerc, bro. Don't. It went long. But what does it mean with went long? Oh, he cut the corner, I guess. That's what it means with going long. So when it says go long, it means that he cut a corner. I never heard of that way of calling someone that cut a corner saying he went long. That's an interesting way to say it. Dude, Verstappen is pulling away from Norris somewhat. Verstappen is pulling away from Norris, bro. Dude, Verstappen is pulling away. Dude, this is the first time we're looking at the McLaren versus Red Bull and we'll be like, oh, okay. So now Verstappen, 1 minute 23.2. So again, Max is faster. Dude, Verstappen is faster than Norris. Dude, race start. Okay, let's see what exactly happened. Let's see what happens. So Max went on the right side, try to push. Yeah, but Lando pushed Max off, dude. Lando definitely pushed Max off at the first corner. The second corner, technically it's the second corner. Dude. This is a good race. So far, I don't think Max did anything wrong at the start. Actually, when I looked at the replay and Max didn't do anything wrong at the start. He just stayed there. Lando decided to stay on that side of the track. It's exactly what he did at Suzuka, exactly. So Piastri is gonna try and pass. Oh, bro, Piastri did it. Piastri finally passed Leclerc, but trust me, Piastri is taking risks to try and. Come on, Leclerc, use the DRS, bro. Use the DRS. Come on, because I do believe that Leclerc can beat Piastri here as long as he. As long as his car doesn't have issues like, you know, like being incredibly slow, especially in a straight line. Dude, the fact that Max is passed, Max not only gave the position back to Lando, but then passed Lando as well, which is so interesting. What is the gap, dude? I do want to restart this data, but I'm scared that this thing is going to stop working. See, this is what happens when you try and when you try and restart the data on screen and then all of a sudden it breaks. Max Verstappen is 2 seconds ahead of Lando Norris, bro. What is going on? Yeah, so I'm trying my best not to I'm trying my best to get this thing to work in the back, and this is completely taking my attention away from the race, but I am keeping an eye on it while I'm trying to restart this. So basically what I can tell you now is Max Verstappen is keeping 2 seconds ahead of Lando Norris, ensuring he doesn't get DRS. Now the problem is Max's wheels going to be heavily affected? Because remember, he pushed very hard at the start of this race, so I wonder how well his wheel management, how long his tires are gonna last. Basically, that's the main question. How long is Max Verstappen's tires gonna last? Lando Norris is staying 2 seconds. Lando Norris is not losing. He's not falling back more than 2 seconds at the moment. Piastri is 3 seconds behind Norris. Leclerc is 1.1 second behind Piastri. Russell is about to attack Leclerc for 4th place. Hamilton 6th place, Bortolello 7th, 8th is Alonso, 9th is Yuki Tsunoda, 10th is Antonelli, 11 Oliver Bierman, 12 is Carlos Sainz, Albon is 13, Ocon is 14, Lawson 15, Stroll is 16, 17 Colapinto, 18 is Hadjar, 19 is Gasly. Interesting, man, interesting. Oh, Dude, what is happening with this website? This data site is just completely broken, bro. The problem is people are using this site and the site can't handle this. This website can't handle traffic, which is sad because the guy should probably think about using services that can actually help me manage this traffic. And I do understand it. There might be probably 100,000 people accessing this thing, probably triple that, maybe, I don't know. Dude, this is pretty insane, man. So Norris is now 2.66. So Verstappen is pulling away, dude. Verstappen is actually pulling away from Norris. How is this even possible that McLaren? I wonder if they turned down the engine because of what happened to Lando Norris. I wonder if they turned down the engine. All that Piastri has to do is just follow Norris. That's all he has to do. He doesn't really have to do much more than that. Yeah, so basically they are saying the reason why McLaren isn't functioning that well at this track is because of remember, McLaren is not a slow car. Max fastest lap 1 minute 23.1. So Max is just trying to put fastest lap with the fastest lap of fastest lap. Max is trying to just pull away from Norris completely. He's now almost 3 seconds ahead of Norris. Max is doing a very good, like, I'm not gonna lie, Max is doing a very good job, and my only concern is that what about his tires? Whoa, we got a data back. No one told me the data's back. No one said, hey buddy, the data's back, buddy. Oh, why did I say that? Now it's gone again. I said something and now it's gone again. What is happening, man? Okay, now it's back again. Okay, so it shows Max is now, let me just see, because this is updated data. So this will show me exactly. Whoa, why is Norris, what is this now? Lap 3. Okay, so this is very old data. This is very old data on screen. I apologize if you're watching the stream and thinking, what the heck is going on? I apologize, man. I'm using a service that is, it's a very good service. That's why I'm using it. It's very good service. It's called, should I mention it? Because I'm scared people are just gonna flood it. It's a very good service. That's what I would say. It's just the pity that when it doesn't work and people are abusing it, or there's too many people using it, that it can't manage itself. Someone should assist this guy with hosting it. You know, someone should assist. I think it's a hosting issue. Like, someone should give this guy more resources. There has to be some Formula 1 fans out there that can... Whoa, Max Verstappen, another pause lap, 1 minute 23.0. 1 minute 23.0. Max is pushing it, bro. Max is saying, buddy, I'm winning this. Max wants to win this badly. I'm just wondering, what's the chance of McLaren destroying their engine at this race? Now, of course, Norris's engine is brand new, so it's probably going to be fine, but Piastri's engine could break. Piastri's engine could break this race, actually, the more you think about it, because you have to consider the fact. You have to consider the fact that, wait, Russell, so Hamilton is 1.3 seconds behind Russell, and Russell is less than a second behind Leclerc. Plan A. So Ferrari is saying McLaren is saying plan A for Lando Norris, and mostly probably Piastri as well is included in that plan. I'm not sure if they're against or for equal rights at McLaren, because it's very hard to know. Because I'm pretty sure Zach Brown has a favorite. I'm pretty sure Zach Brown's favorite is, I'm sure that Zach Brown's favorite's name is Norris. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't really care about it, because as long as there's some infighting, then we can see them lose the championship to you know, lose the championship to Max, if Max is capable, of course. If Max is capable. Dude, Max Verstappen. Dude, the fact that Max, like, I couldn't even, like, I would have not have even betted. Like, as soon as Max allowed Norris to pass, I was like, oh, okay, there goes the race. Now it's another McLaren 1-2. Fastest lap again from Max. He's shaving off like milliseconds at the moment, bro. He's saving 110 thousandths of a second, bro. Shaving off, just trying to be as fast as he could possibly be. Dude. The fact that Max Verstappen's car can actually do this is pretty interesting. But what they were saying, the reason why is because this track is more to do with performance, like raw engine power performance, which doesn't make sense because Mercedes engine is a raw power performance engine. It's a beast, right? It's not a, I don't like to use the word beast because I think it makes me think of people assuming that being a devil or a demon is somehow a good thing. That is not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that basically Mercedes engine is the best. Like just look at Lewis Hamilton. He won on a Mercedes engine because Mercedes had the best engine in F1. Now what I would say right now is that somehow the Red Bull is capable of not only being fast in the straight line, which of course has something to do with the fact that he's got a, oh my goodness, each time the data goes away I get worried. So yeah, so what it could be is that he's got a lower rear wing, which he said actually, Max Verstappen admitted that even though he's got a lower rear wing, it does cause issues when it comes to corner speed, entry speed of corners, how to take those corners, how to avoid making mistakes at those corners, how to, you know, maybe lose your braking stability, cornering stability and stuff like that. So Max did make a mention. Oh, now he's 4 seconds. So Max Verstappen now 4 seconds ahead of Norris. Norris can't do a thing with Max. However, still we have to worry about the tires. Dude, Max Verstappen can win this race, dude. Like there was nowhere in my mind that I think that today, especially Monza, we will be able to say those words that Max Verstappen can can beat. I was trying to say beat and then I said weed, like, you know, trying to get my words twisted up there, a little bit tongue-tied there, trying to say words that don't make sense, and then I realized I had to repeat myself and I had to say the right word. So yeah, so Max Verstappen is pulling away from McLaren, and no one would have predicted this. I'm sure no one actually really legitimately believed that Max would be able to do this. Like on merit. He said, Norris, okay, pass me because my team is telling me to pass. I need to let you pass. And then the steward said, okay, fine. He let him pass, so we don't have to investigate him. We don't have to penalize him. And then guess what? Max somehow had the car performance to pass Lando back, and no one would have predicted it. No one would have known that this would be possible. And Norris probably thought to himself, oh yeah, Max passed me because now I'm just going to use the DRS and pass you back. And little did he realize that, oh no, buddy, you're not going to pass Max. You should have stayed ahead of him when you had the chance. That is what you should have done. But this is exactly the problem with Lando. Lando is that type of child. That innocent child that has no ability to realize that every single position, every single point, every single time he races, he has to go racing as if that's the only point he can make. If that might be the last point that he can put on the board, he has to take it at full value, at full face value, and not think that there's another point, another opportunity. Every race is the last race, is what Lando Norris should be doing, what his mentality should be, and he's not racing like that, dude. And this is how at the Senna race, this is how all the Michael Schumacher race, this is how even Fernando Alonso race, this is how Lewis Hamilton raced when his car basically carried him to championships. And yes, they carried him, dude. Only when Rosberg said, you know what, I have enough of this, I will beat you because we have the best car. And guess what, Rosberg beat Lewis Hamilton, which is kind of funny. It's very funny that Lewis Hamilton beat Rosberg the previous year, joining Mercedes new, and then Rosberg was like, bro, how dare you beat me in the team that I've, you know, joined first. And then Rosberg was like, okay bro, now I have to beat him, I don't have a choice, there's no excuse, I have to do it. Live Drivers Championship, so Verstappen will be 230. So it seems that Verstappen will go up to 3rd place, which I believe he is 3rd place already, so he will hold on to 3rd place. I just wonder if there's a possibility, dude. Is there a possibility? Because no one believed that you'll be able to get this far. Lap 16, lap 17, and he's now in 1st place. He's driving away from the McLaren. The McLaren can't do a single thing with Max. I'm just looking at Lando Norris. Oh, now it's again Max Verstappen again goes a little bit faster. 1 minute 23.0001. So Max Verstappen absolutely trying to squeeze and trying to improve lap times as much as he can, dude. Dude, this is insane. I'm just listening. I'm trying to listen to what's being said. Oh man, I completely lost what he said. Completely lost it. The guy was talking and then all of a sudden nothing. Talking and nothing. Now it's almost 5 seconds. Max Verstappen 1 minute 22.89. So Max is literally driving on, dude, there's no way. There's no way McLaren is this bad. Something happened, dude. Because if you look at, okay, but Leclerc isn't, oh yeah, okay, wait. So Leclerc isn't necessarily, like the McLarens aren't pulling away from Leclerc massively. So this is definitely not a good track for McLaren, it seems. This is definitely not a good track for McLaren. Definitely not. So this is definitely going to be like those one-off events where the track is just a different type of track. It's just, you know, the aerodynamics of the car can't assist the car, unfortunately. Skip Road noted. Carlos Sainz. Replay, Norris made a mistake, went on the gravel, almost slid off actually. Oh, he was almost sliding off. Max Verstappen 1 minute 22.7. Dude, Max is just going faster and faster and faster, just trying to get away. He's trying to get away from Norris, bro. And Norris can't do a single thing, huh? This is insane, man. No one would have believed that this would be like, anybody watching this, no one would have believed that Max would be able to do this. No one. Because that McLaren just seemed impossible to beat. And for some reason, their car isn't good on this track. So what other tracks are like this? Wouldn't Singapore be another example of a track that's more or less like this? I don't know. I could be wrong. So Max Verstappen's engineer is telling him, you know, this is solid, very good, just keep this. So Max's race engineer is telling him, oh, now they're pitting. Oh, for Yuki Tsunoda. Dude, I thought it was Red Bull trying to get ready for Max Verstappen's for Yuki Tsunoda. So I am guessing that they are trying to get Yuki Tsunoda to go up. So they're putting him now to change his strategy to assist Yuki Tsunoda to be better, I guess. Yeah, so Max is just gonna wait. Dude, I am so interested to see. So I don't think Yuki has anything. I don't think Yuki is gonna, like, I don't think Yuki has got the pace, nor the performance, nor the ability to actually take this Red Bull and actually get something done. However, the strategy team might actually help him. The strategy team might actually help Yuki get a better result than what he... Oh. Oliver Beerman just passed Yuki, just as Yuki exited the pit lane. Just after Yuki Tsunoda's pit stop, and now... Let's see, Gasly also made the same mistake at the corner where he landed Norris. Yo, that's bad. Oh, that's cutting the... That's oh, all the gravel is on the track. So, we have Albon and who? Oh, sorry, Alonso and Bortoleto is pitting. Alonso, Bortoleto pitting. Alonso's gone ahead. Dude, now almost 6 seconds. Norris is now almost 6 seconds behind Verstappen. Verstappen's just pushing, dude. Verstappen is pushing. Verstappen said, you know what? I don't have these wins a lot, but now I'm gonna use it. Look, this is what you would expect from racing. They are not like, it is not like at Zandvoort in Netherlands, where McLaren was just pulling away like it's effortless. Just effortlessly pulling away from everybody. Max is, you know, you can see if Max does one mistake, Lando will be on top of him. Dude, Max is now race leader, Max Verstappen. Dude, Max Verstappen, bro. Dude, I get this weird feeling like something is gonna happen. I get this weird feeling that something is gonna happen. Something shocking is gonna happen. I don't know what it is. I get this weird feeling. I don't know why I get this pending doom. This feeling of pending doom is happening. If Max pits now, there's no point because it seems like his car is doing well. Dude, imagine if Max wins every race from now until the end. That would be an interesting. The problem is it wouldn't matter because Piastri and Norris would have to lose, would have to, like, you know, fall out of the top 3, you know, many different races for it to make any possible, for there to be any possibility of Max actually winning, you know. I don't know why it takes me so long to actually get to the point, but that's my point. I'm trying to make that point, okay? Because I'm telling you, I have somehow, look here, I do want to see Piastri win the championship because I do understand that it's illogical of me to assume that Max can win. But But the fact that Max will still keep fighting is just it's so admirable, bro. So admirable is the right word. So admirable that Max will still keep fighting. Like, even when the championship is basically between the two McLarens, Max will still fight. As long as he's inside that car, as long as he has the helmet on, he is willing to go racing. Do what he needs to do. Another replay. This is Bortoletto. Passing who? Passing Lawson, or was that I think I know. Hajar made a mistake, or was it Lawson? I can look at this, but I'm not convinced what I'm gonna see on screen is gonna give me. Oh, he's pushing out Hajar. Kimi Antonelli is having a really hard time, dude. Kimi Antonelli should be sharper than most of these drivers because he's younger, he's got more, like his reaction times must be lightning fast and he's still having issues. I think it's more to do with his consistency, the way that he approaches corners. I think that's the main issue. I think Max Verstappen, I think, is no longer pushing that as hard as he did, because I think he's trying to just maintain his lead now. And also trying to maintain his tires, manage his tires better. Dude, Max Verstappen, bro, what is Max doing? Max is literally pulling away from McLaren. That is insane. I wouldn't have believed it, but we are seeing it for ourselves. But my question is, where's Yuki now? Yuki is all the way down in 19th. Why is Yuki in 19th place? They're trying to put Yuki on a one-stopper. They're trying to put Yuki on a one-stopper. I'm almost sure of it. Fernando Alonso has got a flat tire. Virtual safety car is going to come out. Oh, Alex Albon is passing Carlos Sainz. Insult to injury. I think Albon can definitely try and catch up to Antonelli, because Antonelli is having issues, bro. Antonelli is having some psychological. Oh, I think it's the rear. Is it the front or the rear? Suspension failure. Suspension failure. Oh, suspension failure. Dude, that is not nice. Oh, we can see where it broke. Yeah, he drove on, so basically Alonso's suspension broke as soon as he got onto the... He drove on a very fast section. Which corner was that? Which corner would that be? I think it's the back straight. The straight before the pit straight. So the second last corner is where it happened, I believe. The second last corner is where it happened, and so that'll be corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So corner number 10 is where Lando Norris's suspension broke because he went too deep and too high up the curb, and when he hit the curb said, okay, I'm gonna hit you back, and he hit the suspension, broke the suspension. So that's unfortunate. Consider plan A plus. Can you go 15 laps longer? So everybody at the front is avoiding to stop. Everybody at the front is not stopping. Bortoletto is 16th place, so he was in front of was he behind? He was behind Alonso. So he was 16th place, and then Alonso retired, and now he's 15th place. So Alonso was 15th place, so he didn't lose too much, man. He didn't lose too much, but he did go into the pit, so we have to acknowledge that he went into the pit, so that's why he was close to the last position. My fronts are dead in traffic, says Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is having all sorts of issues. I'm not sure what his problem is. I'm going to be honest with you. If Carlos Sainz doesn't get his act together and starts driving the way that Albon is driving, or he should at least compete with Albon, because he and Albon is basically the same caliber of driver. Russell, 2.9 second pit stop, good pit stop. So where is Russell going to end up? Where's Russell going to end up? I think Red Bull should actually consider all of their strategies now, because I feel like the changes they made to that car did in fact improve that car. It has to be. The changes they made to that Red Bull has improved that car. Am I mistaken? Am I missing something? You may as well continue for now. The soft is a raceable tire. Liam lost. Oh! Lawson. Lawson. I would say that is Yuki's fault, and the reason why I think it's Yuki's fault is so Yuki Tsunoda was almost taken out of the race by Lawson. I'm gonna be honest with you, Lawson almost destroyed Yuki Tsunoda's race. Kimi Antonelli in the pits. How fast is that pit stop? That is a 2.9, also a 2.9 pit stop, dude. That is consistency from Mercedes, huh? That is consistency from Mercedes. That is consistency. So, position check. I have to do position check. Quick position check. Verstappen is first, 6 seconds in front of Norris. It has been 6 seconds for the past 10 laps now, I would say. Piastri 6 seconds behind Norris in third. Leclerc fourth, 6 seconds behind Piastri. Fifth, Hamilton 6 seconds behind Leclerc. 6, Albon. 7, Carlos Sainz. 8, Ocon. 9, Stroll. Oh, come on, man. Oh, they're showing the tires of Max. There is blistering on the... Oh, I would... Yeah, so... Oscar Piastri fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 22.7. Yeah, so the tires of Verstappen is blistering. So basically we're in the territory where Max Verstappen's tires might actually fail him. Max Verstappen's tires might actually fail him, and now he's losing. Max Verstappen is losing time. Max Verstappen is losing time to Lando. Why? Okay. Black and white flag, Antonelli, track limits. Kimi Antonelli is getting a black and white flag, so you better watch out, otherwise he's going to get a penalty. Russell, fastest lap, 1 minute 22.4. It's not really that significant. Okay, maybe Max made a small mistake, but it looks like he's back on his normal pace again. Yeah, so position check again. So Verstappen first, Norris second, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth, Hamilton 5th, Albon 6th, 7th, Carlos Sainz, 8th, Ocon, 9th, Stroll, 10th, Hadjar, 11th, Russell, 12th, Gasly, 13th, Colapinto, 14th, Antonelli, 15th, Bortoletto, 16th, Oliver Bierman, 17th, Yuki Tsunoda, Lawson, 18th position. Dude, the fact that Lawson almost took out Yuki Tsunoda is insane to me, dude. Imagine he did that to Max. Do you know how quickly Lawson's job in that sister team would be under scrutiny, would be under question? Like at the moment, his job is already under question. But I'm telling you now, if Lawson touched Max like that with the car, I don't think he would have a guaranteed future in Formula One. In my opinion, I could be wrong. So Yuki Tsunoda and Lawson's basically all the way at the back of the field, just driving their own race. I don't understand why they told Yuki Tsunoda to do. Yuki Tsunoda can't do anything with that car. He can't, like, even when they gave Max's parts, you know, spare parts, because they, as soon as what's his name, Mekis. As soon as Mekis took over from Horner, Mekis said, no, we will give him parts. We'll give him Max's parts. Max doesn't need these parts. He never crashes. So give Max's parts. Now remember, Max's side of the garage feels like, hey, I'm the #1 driver. Don't take my parts without my permission. You know? So can you imagine that whole, you know, that politics inside a team, basically. Politics inside a team. That's crazy. Yeah, Max is back to being 6 seconds, but Piastri is catching up to Norris. Yeah, so Red Bull now has to decide, because Max's wheels are blistering, which means that his tire could have a failure. This is what we are talking about when we talk about blistering. Blistering means that there's a sign that the tire might fail. And if this race is all decided about tires failing, then we should probably consider making better tires, maybe, huh? I'm just gonna say the things that these commentators won't say it. If a race is dictated by, oh, a tire might fail, then maybe you should not make those tires. You should make better tires that don't fail. There's a difference between a car loses grip, you know, like the rubber gets degraded, but if a tire fails after a couple of laps of racing, just because, you know, like I'm just gonna be honest with you, I don't see why. I don't see why we would defend that. That's just crazy. Yeah, Verstappen is just staying 6 seconds ahead of Norris, but Piastri looks like he is trying to catch up to Norris slowly but surely. Okay, so that is Hadjar. 2.2 second pit stop from Hadjar's team. Dude, that's a good pit stop. Good pit stop from Hadjar's team, man. 2.2 second pit stop is a great pit stop. Perfect pit stop. Yeah, so now Hadjar is in front of Yuki Tsunoda, bro. What has happened? How is Max the only guy in front with the Red Bulls? Even the racing bulls are also in dead last. Hadjar is 16, 17 is Yuki Tsunoda, and 18 is Lawson. Alonso and Hülkenberg has you know, yeah, so Now goes Leclerc. Leclerc is the first from the top 10, the top 5 drivers to go to the pits, or top 4. Leclerc goes into the pits, top 4. Dude, Ferrari is nowhere. The only way that Ferrari can win this is if McLaren, if Piastri and Norris take each other out and there's a mechanical failure with Verstappen's car. That's the only way that that can happen. It's the only way. Oh, no, Norris is catching up to Verstappen, 5.5 seconds. Norris is catching up to Verstappen, dude. Norris, look, if this race is all if all of this race is going to be decided by tires, then I'm going to check out, bro. I am checking out if this race is going to be decided by based off tires. Because Lando Norris has put the hammer down. Lando Norris is now half a second. Lando Norris took half a second from Max Verstappen's lead, at least half a second. And that's exactly the amount of time that he took away from Piastri. So Piastri was close to him. Piastri is no longer close to him. Lando Norris is slowly trying to catch up to... I just wonder, what is... Will they give him hard tires? Why did we... So Leclerc is like, why did we stop now, guys? I don't understand. And the team is like, we can discuss this after the race. That's exactly what you want to hear when you're a driver and you're like, bro, why are we stopping? We can discuss it after the race, which is like, oh, don't worry about it. That's the same. So he goes into the pits and just brakes. So Charles Leclerc was basically braking very hard entry into the pits, because they sometimes try and do that to have a little bit faster, like a faster entry to somehow gain some advantage. Because Alonso did the same thing actually. But it seems that he's fine for now. But they say that he might have broken some rules maybe. He might have broken the speed. Because he's only supposed to go 80, is it 80 miles an hour or is it 80 kilometers an hour? But it's one of those two. It's 80 kilometers an hour or 80 miles per hour. I'm gonna guess it's 80 kilometers an hour. Because this is Europe, so I guess it's kilometers. Charles Leclerc, 1 minute 22.1, fastest lap of the race so far. The opposite of the car ahead. So Lando Norris say, give me the opposite of the car ahead. Black and white flags, but I'm pretty sure it didn't say for who the black and white flag is, right? They showed a black and white flag, you know, notification, but they didn't show for who. Yeah, so Lando Norris is catching up to Max for sure, 110%. Lando Norris is now 5.1 seconds behind Max. So he's definitely catching Max. He's not catching Max massively, which I think he might be doing that on purpose, so he doesn't alarm Max too much. But Norris is definitely catching. Max is trying to take it easy. I think he's taking it easy on his tires, man. I think Max is taking it easy on his tires, and that's... Oh, Max is in. Max is in the pits. Max is in the pits. Oh man, is he gonna win this race? Is the question. So what tires do they give him? The hard compound. They give him the hard compound. 2.3 second pit stop, which is decent. It's decent. So brand new set of hard tires for Max. Lando Norris is the new leader, of course, because Max went into the pits. So Max comes out in 3rd place. So now let's see what Max's pace is. I do agree they did have to stop Max. They did have to pit Max because they just don't know. So we're trying to now. So basically now it comes down to Max. If Max can put a fastest lap of the race, then we know he has the pace on the hard tires. The funny thing is Lando Norris and McLaren keep on baiting Red Bull to put soft tires. But I doubt they are actually gonna go ahead and do that. I doubt they're actually gonna put soft tires on their car. I do not believe that Lando Norris is gonna put soft tires on his car. I don't believe it. Let's see if they're bluffing. Let's see if Lando Norris and McLaren are bluffing about the soft tires. I am sure of that. Like, I believe that they're bluffing. That's what I'm trying to say. I believe that they're bluffing. Max is catching up to Piastri. Max is catching up to Piastri, which means that I'm like, you can say what you want, but if Max is catching up to Piastri, it means that Max's hard tire is working. Yep, Max is slowly but surely catching up to Piastri. Who are we watching? Who's that? Is that a Ferrari? Pierre Gasly. So Pierre Gasly is in front of Kimi Antonelli, and Kimi Antonelli looks like he's gonna pass him on the outside. Kimi Antonelli passes Gasly on the outside. Will he have his braking? Yeah, he's got his braking. He's got his braking markers correct. Good job to dude. Verstappen is catching Piastri. Piastri's trying to catch Norris. Verstappen is catching Piastri, and Piastri is trying to catch Norris. This is awesome. This is awesome, dude. Because all this means is that Verstappen is whatever benefit Norris and Piastri had is gone now. So if Norris pitted immediately with Verstappen, he would have probably had a better chance than not pitting. Now waiting, because now he's Dude, Verstappen is now almost 11 seconds behind Norris. He was 13 seconds. He's now 11 seconds. 11 point... Okay, he's now 12 seconds, but it's about to go 11 point something seconds. He was 13... No, see, 11.9 now. So it was 13 point something seconds. Now it's 11.9 seconds. So Verstappen is gaining. Now Piastri is 5 seconds behind Norris. Remember, he was 6 seconds. He was 6.5. Now he's 6 seconds. Sorry, 5 seconds. 5.5 seconds. Now he's 5.2 seconds. He was 5 seconds. Now he's back to 5.2 seconds. And all the while, Verstappen is catching slowly but surely, catching Piastri. So Isaac Hadjar. What is happening with Carlos Sainz, dude? So so it's Oliver Bierman. Oliver Bierman and Carlos Sainz crashed, and I believe it's Oliver Bierman that tried to make a move on Carlos Sainz and hit Carlos Sainz, and then they both crashed. You know, spun. They both spun. But luckily, they both crashed into each other. They both spun, and they still went ahead. They still took the cars and still drove off easily. So still no safety car. No, nothing, bro. Dude, Verstappen is catching Piastri. Piastri is now 4.5 seconds behind Norris. Verstappen all the while catching, reeling in Piastri while also reeling in Norris. There is no, like, at the moment, it doesn't seem like Norris and McLaren has any answer for... Oh, Carlos Sainz passed him. And then he hit him. No, that is not a racing incident, bro. This British, like, I know Oliver Bierman is British, so I know what they're doing. This is not a racing incident. You can clearly see Oliver Bierman goes where he can't go. He puts his wheel into the body. He puts his wheel into the car of Carlos Sainz. That is not a racing, that's a crash. That's a driver error from Oliver Bierman. That's a driver error, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Oliver Bierman is guilty there. He needs to get a penalty. He needs to get at least 5-second penalty. Max Verstappen, fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 21.3. Dude, Max is flying. 9 seconds. Max is making these McLaren cars look like they're standing still. 9.6 seconds. Verstappen is catching up to them. I'm sorry, but Bierman has to get a penalty. Oliver Bierman has to get a penalty. At least a 5-second penalty. At least. Minimum. There is no way if that was Max that they would let that slide. There's no way if they let Oliver Bierman, you know, get away with that, then I'm telling you, man, someone has to completely overhaul FIA. They have to fire everybody. They have to start from scratch, or they have to get a new company to do the rules, enforcing rules in racing, because in Formula 1. Because I'm telling you, if FIA cannot clearly see what everybody else can see with their own eyes, which was Oliver Bierman drive into Carlos Sainz when Carlos Sainz clearly passed him, clearly in front of him, clearly way in front of him, basically, because he was literally in front of him, passed him in front of him and then crashed him like that. That's not acceptable. Dude, Verstappen is 1 second. He was 2 seconds faster at lap 41. Yeah. So Verstappen is safe. Verstappen is 12 seconds behind, 13 seconds behind Lando Norris entirely. So he's 9 seconds behind Piastri, but he's 13 seconds behind Lando Norris, still gaining, by the way. Now Piastri is 3 seconds. Piastri is 3.6 seconds. Yeah, so now we're seeing Norris, Piastri, and Red Bull of... dude, remember, Verstappen is the only guy that pitted, and he's catching up to them, basically trying to pass them from behind. 1 minute 21.3. Max is making these McLarens look like jokes at the moment. Max is making these McLaren cars. I would have never guessed it. I would have never believed that is possible. I would have never believed that it's possible. Dude, there is no way Max is... I think they're just trying to manage their tires now, because Max is still pushing, I would say. Max is still pushing, so I don't think he's managing his tires that much, if anything. So Albon is trying to pass Kimi Antonelli. He has to watch out. But oh, he's pushed. Oh, Kimi Antonelli pushing Albon off the track, dude. Oh, Kimi Antonelli, don't do that, please, man. You're just gonna cause an unnecessary accident, bro. Albon is so much better than Kimi Antonelli. Like, I don't know why Kimi Antonelli was trying to fight that. I don't know why Kimi Antonelli was trying to fight that, bro, because Albon was coming for him no matter what he wanted to do. Albon up into 9th place. Nice. Good job, Albon. Good job, Albon. I don't know. Albon is driving like someone that needs to prove a point. He's driving like he needs to prove something. So now we're watching what happened between Kimi Antonelli and Albon. So Albon is trying to go on the outside. Kimi pushes him off the track basically. And then Albon's like, okay, fine, I'll just slipstream you and then pass you on the inside now. Oh, at least he trusted. At least Kimi Antonelli didn't do a dive bomb like Oliver Bierman. Look, Oliver Bierman needs to get a penalty. He needs to. Like, there's no question. Verstappen is now 6 seconds behind Piastri, which in turn is about, wait, 9 seconds? 10 seconds maximum behind Norris? Will there be a set of soft compound tires? Okay, so are they putting soft tires on him? Is that actually soft tires or not? I have to be sure. Dude, that stop was 1 second, 1.9 seconds, so less than 2 second pit stop. Oscar Piastri's pit stop was less than 2 seconds. That's insane. That is a... what is that? Soft tire? Soft tire, yep. It's a soft tire. They actually did what they said they were going to do. Now, of course, it makes sense because there's 46 laps has been completed. I don't think Kimi Antonelli and Albon, I don't think is that big of a deal. He passed him. It wasn't big of a deal. But they better give a penalty to Oliver Bierman. I'm telling you now, they better do it. They better do it. So Verstappen is 8 seconds now, 8 seconds total behind Norris. He was 13 seconds, now he's 8 seconds. Verstappen doesn't need to do much, he just has to. Yep, Oliver Bierman gets 10 seconds. Oliver Bierman gets 10-second penalty, so not just 5 seconds, but 10 seconds. Oh, Norris goes into the pits. 5.9 second pit stop for Norris. They destroyed Norris's pit stop. Dude, the British commentators are not happy that Norris just lost position to Piastri. Oscar Piastri is the head of Lando Norris because they made a mistake in his pits. Why would they swap it around? They messed up his pit stop. Why would they even consider that to be a swap around? Oh man. Is that a female? Like I don't know why I have to say this because it makes me sound horrible. Dude, both of them has got soft tires. Now of course Norris is gonna dude, if Norris and Piastri fight each other and crashes out, if they crash each other out, that's gonna be insane, dude. If they crash each other out, that's gonna be insanity. Dude, if Piastri finishes in second place, he still has about 100-point lead. That's also insane. Even if Piastri gets second place here, he still has almost or close to 100-point lead. So he's got like what, 97-point lead. So Max Verstappen is just there in the lead. He's just you know, just 17 seconds ahead. No rest for push. Max Verstappen's race engineer says, Oscar, fast elaborate, 1 minute 21.2. I don't know what is happening, dude. I don't understand. Now the British commentators are absolutely trying to milk this situation, bro. They're milking it. Oh, Lando Norris was helping Oscar so much. They have to let him give the position. Give the position back. Give the position back to my British driver, you son of a gun, Australian driver. How dare you steal it? I was having a succulent Chinese meal and then you stole the position away from my British driver. Pathetic. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. What? 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 Oscar gave the position back to Norris? Oscar gave the position back to Norris? What on earth is happening? I am so confused. Why are you guys so concerned about team orders instead of chasing down Max? They literally lost a second against Max. That lap alone, they lost a second. Max Verstappen increased his lead by a second just because of these two nons. Oh my goodness, bro. This is ridiculous. This is a joke. Oh my goodness, bro. This is one of those, like, come on. This is not DEI, bro. This is not win the race. Why are they worried about second and third place? Win the race, you son of a guns, bro. Bro, like, my goodness, bro. They're so focused on, oh, how dare you have the position from Lando and Lando's pit crew made a mistake. How dare you, man? How dare you? Give it back, you Australian beast. Dude, this is so bad, dude. This is dude, why is McLaren not focusing on Max? Max is their only opposition. That is what. Don't worry about the team orders. Don't worry about it. Don't even have the race win yet. You don't even have the win yet, and you're worried about race orders. Worried about, come on, man. What is wrong with McLaren, bro? You have the car. You have two good drivers, two decent drivers. Max is still better. I'm just gonna be honest. Max is still better. Like, I'm telling you, put Max and Ed McLaren, he will not. They will not pull. Like, Max would have not win this, or Red Bull would not win this race. Dude, why would they not focus on finding Max? If Piastri couldn't get to Max, then do the swap. Don't do the swap because, oh my goodness, how dare the pit crew of Lando Norris make a mistake and somehow Piastri luckily ended up in first. Like, come on, man. Just an absolute joke. Absolute joke of a race, man. Absolute. This is not Formula 1 is not this. Formula 1 is win the race, beat the first position, beat who's ever in first place. Stop trying to do this nonsense, bro. No one cares about second place. No one cares about third place. Get first place, McLaren. Stop worrying about who, what, where, and how. Worry about who's gonna win the first place. You have no excuse, McLaren. You have no excuse. You have the driver, you have the talent, and you can't even beat Red Bull, Max Verstappen in a Red Bull. You are pathetic. Absolutely pathetic, man. Losers, man. McLaren deserves to lose the championship by, like, I'm telling you, like, the engine should, like, I don't, like... You see, now we don't even have this, like, now we're not even going to have the opportunity of seeing a fair fight, because I knew Norris was going to catch up to Piastri, but now, unfortunately, we won't even have that. We won't even have that part of the race, man. Oh, man, this is a pathetic race, man. Pathetic. Like Max did exactly what he needed to do. Very, very good race from Max. I'm not gonna take anything away from him. Why is there a lady? Why is a lady waving the flag? Who is she? I just have to ask that question because there's no context as to who she is. Just a camera panning to her like she's a flag waver, and we don't know who she is, why she's waving the flag in the first place. What is the significance of why she's waving the flag? Is it another McLaren DEI plant or what? Yeah, let's just be honest here. Let's just be completely honest. Dude, Max, imagine Norris and Piastri's engine blows up, or Piastri's engine blows. Okay, you can't. Red Bull fast lap race 1 minute 21.003. Yeah, Max is just saying, hey buddies, even if you tried, you couldn't catch me. And they've got two different tires. McLaren is using qualifying tire, and Max is using hard tire. Now, the furthest thing away from a qualifying tire. Now they're showing Max's girlfriend, which might as well be his wife because she's bearing his child. 5-second penalty for driving erratically. Oh man, I don't think Kimi Antonelli deserved that penalty. I do agree he's not very good at this track, but my goodness, that's insult to injury. Fiona May. Who is Fiona May? Dude, Max Verstappen finally wins the Grand Prix, and no, McLaren couldn't do anything about it. Even when Max gave back the position to Lando Norris, he still won. That is a race. That is the race win from Max, and McLaren couldn't do a single thing about it. That is a smashing race, dude. Great race, man. Great race for Max. But McLaren, if this is how the championship is gonna, if this is how McLaren is gonna do the championship, where it's like, yeah, I'll give you the position back because your team made a mistake at the pits. Dude, this is nonsense. Absolute garbage. Fiona May, British-born Italian long jumper. British-born Italian long jumper. Wait, why did she have to be a British-born Italian long jumper? I don't understand that. Okay, so Fiona is half British and half British and half Italian, it seems, because the British were claiming her, but she actually has an Italian nationality, it seems. And the significance is that she is dark skinned. That is the significance. She's a dark skinned lady, so you know she's not original. She is not a born and bred Italian. She is a born and bred African that went to Europe. I'm just calling it the way it is. If you don't like if you don't like the facts I'm spewing, then please ignore me. Please ignore me. Dude, Max Verstappen destroyed McLaren, bro. Yeah, so Piastri just, the team is apologizing to Piastri, but Piastri's like, bro, I couldn't have beaten Norris even if I wanted to. But we wanted to see it. We wanted to see Lando Norris partially. We didn't want to see the DEI nonsense where you have to tell a driver to, oh, please let Lando pass because his teammate they made a mistake in the pit crew, and now we're crying in the radio so you can feel sorry for your teammate Lando Norris because he's trying to beat you in the championship and now you're allowing him to beat you. Dude, this is such garbage, bro. Okay. I don't want to sound egotistical. I don't want to sound ungrateful. It's just, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest about what I feel and what I see and how I see this situation. Yeah, so Lauren Mekis is doing a very good job on paper, but remember, if Max isn't there, that would not happen. And look, yeah, I feel there has to be something special with Max's car, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, Max is so used to this car that he doesn't like, even if the car isn't that good, it doesn't matter, because he just knows how to extract the maximum out of the car. Unfortunately, drivers like Yuki Tsunoda, Lawson, whoever they're going to put it next to Max cannot do it, unfortunately, because guess what? Max gotten used to that car the way it is. I am pretty sure Max can drive any car. I'm pretty sure if you put him in that McLaren, none of those drivers, you know, not Lando Norris nor Piastri would be able to stick with him. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, and I would love to be proven wrong, but we will never know the truth, and that's just the way it is. And hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. That is me, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm telling you, if McLaren, I don't know why I can't speak, but if McLaren does this thing again now. So Monza, Michael Schumacher's fastest lap and fastest race has also been beaten. Sorry, fastest race. So Lewis Hamilton's fastest lap around Monza has been beaten, and now Michael Schumacher's fastest race has been beaten. That is what just happened. Dude, I am so annoyed, man. So annoyed. I don't understand. I'm so annoyed at McLaren trying to make this all DEI. Yeah, I think the very good thing here is that that finally Max won a fair and square race, and basically the most important thing is a driver other than the McLaren's won. That's the most important. The most important thing is the driver other than McLaren has won the race, and no one would have expected that, to be honest. Like, as soon as Max was told to let Lando Norris was like, oh, here we go again. Here we go, another McLaren dominance. They're gonna do one and two. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. We have an Italian doing the interview, and this guy doing the interview, this Italian guy is pretty cool. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully, when is the next race actually? So in 2 laps time, in two weeks time, we've got Azerbaijan. In 2 weeks time, Azerbaijan race. So we have Azerbaijan, next race, Azerbaijan, buddy. Wait, why can't I see? Oh, there is a schedule. So Azerbaijan next, and then Singapore on the 3rd of October. Okay, yeah, we have to wait and see what's gonna happen, bro. But I'm telling you, man, this is annoying. It's annoying. I thought McLaren was all about go racing. This is not go racing. This is like, oh, let me give you the position because, you know, team is telling me to do it. Hope you enjoy. You know what? I'm gonna stop moaning and crying because this is boring to cry like this over this sport milk. But I'm telling you, man, this race was sport milk for McLaren. I don't know what they're thinking, bro. I don't think they're thinking at all, in my opinion. Yeah, so this is me signing out. Ciao for now.